Hey, what's up, people? I'm doing some cord wrapping this morning. I know probably not the most exciting thing in the world to watch, but you're welcome to hang out with me. It's probably the most monotonous thing I have to do with these Donatello stabs, but makes them look cool, so worth doing it. While you're in here, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. It'd make this a lot less boring for me. uh, I got to wrap this thing about 80 times, and I think I just hit about 30, so it's going to take a little bit. Oh, thank you. This is called the Deluxe Donatello staff. I make 3 different styles of Donatello staffs for Ninja Turtle cosplayers. I have a standard one that's about like a 3/4 inch by 58 inch. This is the deluxe. It's an inch by 62 inch. And then I have a child size one that's 48 inches long for kids to use for Halloween. Can I say Reagan Johnson? Apparently I can. I don't know who that is, but all right. Hi. Like I said, I'm just doing at my. This is the Warrior Wooden Prop Shop. I do practice weapons for HEMA and Boo Hurt martial arts people, but I also do props for cosplayers. And I do most of the big work on Saturday, and then Sundays I do all my finishing work, which gets very quiet and very monotonous. So thought maybe going live would help it be a little less boring. And I use a small amount of CA adhesive on these just to make sure that the cord wraps stay right and tight. Because nothing worse than having a cord wrap come loose while you're at a convention. Can I say John Cena? Yeah, I can say John Cena. Oh my God, it's John Cena. But the problem is I can't see him. That's the big issue. I've been looking for John Cena for years. Never can find the guy. He's like a ninja. Yeah, I'm cord wrapping my Donatello staff, and then I've got a pair of Nightwing inspired Eskrima sticks that I got to do after this. So we're a little more than halfway done here. Thank you. I know it's probably not the most exciting thing watching a portly middle-aged man cord wrap a Donatello staff, but I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. There's girls in here? Oh my God. Girls? I think they're allowed to be in here. I think that there was a law or something that said they could be in here. So I think that's all right. It's not exact. This is definitely not. We're definitely not in thirst trap territory here, guys. What did I eat for breakfast today? Waffles, actually. I had waffles for breakfast. A lot of times I have, it's probably obvious, I have rampant ADHD, so I take Adderall from ADHD. So a lot of times I forget breakfast. But this morning, I actually remembered. I had waffles for breakfast this morning. And my significant other made me use sugar-free syrup, which I feel like is an affront to the Lord. But anyway, it's an abomination. It's a crime against nature. Sugar-free syrup, maple syrup on waffles. That just seems wrong. But you know, I know she's trying to keep me from getting the diabetes. Do I fish? No, I do not fish. No, not at all. They are running at me. Who's running at me? I don't know. The girls are running at me. I don't think they are. I don't think they are. I don't think there's a lot of interest in a chubby 47-year-old guy that makes costume props, you know. Do I have pets? Yes, I do. I have a lot of pets. We have a Chihuahua named Pippa. We have a Persian cat named Lily. We have a tabby Hemingway cat. She's a polydactyl cat with extra digits. Her name is Freya Ray. And we have a squirrel named Ian. We had a Hurricane Ian a few years back, and usually when a hurricane happens, I live in Florida, I grab my chainsaw and my axe, and I go around and help my neighbors. Most of my neighbors are elderly. It's Florida, you know. So I go out and help my neighbors chop up the trees and take them out to the road and all that stuff. Well, after Hurricane Ian, I found this little baby squirrel on the ground. Mom was nowhere to be seen. Its eyes weren't even open. And I wrapped her up in a sweater and brought her home. And I thought, I honestly didn't think she was going to make it through the night. It had been a couple of days since the hurricane, so she had been exposed for a couple of days. But no, she made it. She survived. And unfortunately, we weren't able to socialize her to other squirrels properly, so we couldn't let her back out into nature. So now we have a squirrel living in our house. So yeah, we have quite a few animals. You saw a meerkat yesterday and one cat. Wow, you had an eventful day yesterday, huh? All right, let's tie this bad boy off. That sounded wrong. Sorry. All right. There we go. Get that tight. Woot woot. All right. Now we gotta finish this off and cut off the excess, or excess, not access. I chose the wrong inflection there. All right, there we go. Now we're gonna burn these tips so they melt a little bit. There we go. Do I like race car games? No, but I am a hardcore Helldivers 2 player. I am Nathanator 37. I'm a level 107 Helldiver. I serve on the Warrior of Destiny ship. And I am the leader of 3rd Rescue Division faction in Helldivers. So no, I don't really play race car games. I don't have a lot of time for games. Usually I have time for one. For years, my game was Destiny. But that got a little nuts with the microtransactions and stuff. So I kind of gave up on Destiny. Didn't really have time for it anymore. And, you know, I've been looking for a really nice co-op game for a while. And when Helldivers 2 dropped, I still had a PlayStation 4. And took about a week of me watching my friends play Helldivers 2 for me to buy a PlayStation 5 so that I could play Helldivers 2. All right, so Donatello staff is done. Next, we're doing the Nightwing sticks. So you guys get to watch me reorganize the next set of paracord for that. I'm in Florida. I'm in southern Florida. Let me put this away. And sorry I keep looking at the screen like an old man, but I do have bifocals because my eyes are not great these days, so it's hard for me to see small type without my bifocals, so I have to tilt my head up. I hate it. It makes me look like an old person. Probably because I am pretty close to being an old person. Like 47, like 50's right around the corner. My body's already turning on me and stuff, so you know, you guys got that to look forward to, you young folks. All right. Be right back. All right. Now we're switching over to blue paracord. Your brother is somewhere else, so you're watching his phone. You're the sister. All right. Well, good times. So you stole your brother's phone? I'm just teasing. All right. 2, 3. So these sticks that I'm about to do, these are my Nightwing inspired Eskrima sticks. I can't call them Nightwing sticks. I have to call them Nightwing inspired because otherwise I'll get sued. And but yeah, they're black. This is red oak that's been stained black. The tips will get a blue paracord wrap on both ends. The cord wraps on Eskrima sticks and Hanbo, they just kind of make it easier to grab. They make it where the ends have a little bit more weight than the center, so you get a little better of a strike when you do it that way. Now you got to get the kinks out of this. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. Well, not quite. 14, 15. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come in. All right, let's go back. This paracord, they put it on these spools and it makes it curl up, so I have to kind of work out the kinks, otherwise it doesn't lay flat whenever I do the cord wrap. And the reason I'm counting is because I know how many links like this from my belly button out like this. I know how many links of that it takes to do a certain amount. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Got a kink. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm probably showing my age because, like, I don't think I should be saying kink anymore. I feel like that word definitely doesn't mean what it used to mean. A kink back in the day meant like if you had a hose and it had like a wrinkle in it that was stopping the water, you'd say you had a kink in the hose. But these days you say the word kink and people think you mean something else. Which is cool. We don't kink shame. 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, I think we've almost got them out. Almost got them out. I know it's super exciting stuff, people. Watching a middle-aged man get the kinks out of paracord. It's amazing. Should take this on the road, charge tickets. All right. Do I like bananas? You have a lot of questions. Yeah. I mean, I don't have anything against bananas. Like, I'll eat them. You know, big fan of banana bread. Actually, I love banana bread. That's like my favorite. Well, not my favorite, but it's pretty close. It's definitely a favorite. Like a banana nut muffin and but again, trying to keep the diabetes at bay, so you know, Gotta watch the curbs. I am cord wrapping a set of Nightwing Eskrima sticks. I run a shop where I make practice weapons for martial arts and also for Boo Hurt and HEMA. But I also make cosplay props for people. My shop's called Warrior Wooden Props. This is a set of Nightwing Eskrima sticks that I make in my shop. And I sold out of these this week, so I made another set. I probably should have made two, but I didn't have enough dowels, and they were out of them at the hardware store, so I made making one set. But they are red oak that has a black gel stain, and then I wrap the ends in blue, so it kind of matches how Nightwing's Eskrima sticks look. And this is what I spend most of my Sundays doing, is cord wrapping. I do all the woodwork and staining and painting and stuff on Saturdays. And then Sundays are dedicated to finishing work, like this. Doing a cord wrap. I just finished doing a Donatello staff, and now I'm doing these Nightwing sticks. I did before I went live, I did a vampire stake. Had a cotton cord handle wrap on that one. And I know most people are like, why don't you learn to do like fancy cord wraps? And because I don't want to, that's why. This is hard enough. Like, I do a very simple cord wrap, mostly because if something were to go wrong with it, I want the person who owns it to be able to replace it themselves if they need to. And this isn't hard to do. It's literally just tuck the tie end underneath, and you give it a very tight wrap, and then you tie a knot at the end after you're done. And use a little bit of CA adhesive to keep it all right and tight and in place. This is actually I think this is like the first time I've gone live on YouTube. I tried it on Clapper a few weeks ago. Clapper's weird, man. I think like half of Clapper are bots. This is used for multiple things. I sell a lot of these to cosplayers who are doing Nightwing cosplay, but it's also used by people who practice Arnis, Kali, Eskrima. There are different martial arts that people study that use sticks, and you know, you want a cool, like if you're doing a demo or something like a kata demo or a forms demo, it gives you kind of something. It looks a little cool. I know it's probably hard to see on camera. The paracord that I use is blue, but it has a bit of a metallic sheen to it, so it reflects light pretty well. So when you're doing your demos, you know, it looks a little cool. See? So now I'm going to cut the excess off of this. I just do a finger length of excess. I cut that off. And then you're going to take a lighter, melt the ends here, and melt them right to the base of the cord wrap, and that helps keep everything in place. There we go. Okay. And makes it look all nice. Yeah, honestly, I make a lot of stuff in my shop that people haven't seen before because I have a weird brain. Pretty much since I was a kid, I've always had kind of a knack for weaponry. One of the first arts and crafts project I ever did as a child, I made a crossbow as a kid out of a couple of branches I found in my grandmother's backyard, some masking tape, a clothespin, and some rubber bands. Of course, I was able to keep it for all of about an hour before my grandmother took it away because I shot my older brother with it. I mean, it was just, it wasn't like I had real arrows. It was just a stick. But still, you know, I think that's most kids, you know, you give them anything that's a weapon, they get to keep it until they shoot something with someone with it. uh, Luckily, a couple years later, I got my first BB gun, and that I never shot anything living with it because my mother told me if I did, she'd take it away. And my mother did not threaten; she promised. That was my mom is an Irish redhead. She's still with us to this day. But if anyone is from an Irish or German family, you know, don't F with the redheads. They will mess up your world. And my mom is a German Irish redhead. She is both German and Irish. That you do not mess with that woman. Do I think I can make a paper car? I don't know. I've never tried to make a paper car. I don't know that I would have a reason to make a paper car, but I'm sure I'm sure it's possible to make one. I'm almost afraid to ask why. Whew, almost done with one stick. And we got one more after this, and then I am done with cord wrapping for the day. Woot woot! Then I gotta go. I organized my inventory earlier and came to realize that I have like a dozen items that I have in my inventory that I do not have listed on my eBay shop. They're on the main website. The main website for my shop is warriorwoodandprops.com. But my shop is also on eBay because for some reason people don't like buying stuff from independent websites these days. So that's so I have Warrior Wood and Props on eBay, and I have my Warrior Wood and Props shop on warriorwoodandprops.com. And I have a few items listed on Clapper. Clapper, I guess they have a shop on there. I thought I'd give it a shot. It hasn't really done. Haven't really seen any traffic on it, so I left a couple items up on there, but highly doubt I will be selling anything on Clapper. You never know, though. I think for right now, I'm just going to mostly focus on eBay and my website. I used to be on Etsy. Unfortunately, Etsy, not a huge fan of anybody selling anything that looks or resembles weaponry. I was on eBay for about 2 years, was doing really well on there, and they changed their rules. Hey there, Adrian. My favorite gun. Oh God, that's a tough one. My favorite gun in what? Like in a video game, in real life? I don't know. But anyway, Etsy kicked me off the platform right around Christmas last year. So I don't know. I'm restarting after 2 years on eBay and on my new website. Etsy was doing great for me. I had a lot of really loyal customers on Etsy, but like I said, Etsy, if you're not selling jewelry or candles, they don't really want much to do with you. And they'll look for any excuse to kick you off the platform, even when you don't violate their rules. They have a rule about batons, which a baton, by definition, is usually about like 12 to 24 inches. I sell Eskrima sticks. They decided my Eskrima sticks were batons, so they gave me weapons violations and kicked me off the platform. I'm hoping there's someone else in here named Alex, because my name's not Alex. All right. One more. There we go. Now we got nice Eskrima stick with a cord wrapped striking end and gripping end. So that's one down. I got one more to do. And I'm going to take a little break and get ready to head home. I'm hoping to get done by 1 o'clock today. It's about noon here. Because I want to go home, watch a bad movie. It's usually what I do on Sundays. Yes, I am in my workshop right now. This is the Warrior Wood and Props workshop. I make all my crazy stuff. My stab, my Donatello stabs, my Monkey King cudgels, Nightwing sticks. I make Raphael sai. I make Consafe sai. I make Consafe nunchucks out of plastic and foam. I make all kind. I make vampire stakes. I make custom battle baseball bats. All kinds of baseball bats. Probably like a couple weeks ago, I made a baseball bat axe out of a repurposed table saw blade called the No Brainer. You can find that on my page. There should be some videos to it, and on my Instagram you can find it there. NatRBrown37. That's my Instagram, and I have videos there of the. Oops, I forgot to measure out the 550 cord. Whoops, or paracord. That was a mistake. That's not good. Oh, all right. There we go. Yeah, this is actually my third job, believe it or not. I have 3 jobs. In my day job, I am a marketing copywriter for a lifecycle management cybersecurity company. I also write books for Penguin Random House. Matter of fact, I just have a new book coming out in July called Legendary Heroes. Last year I had a book come out that was with DK Publishing. That's owned by Penguin Random House. I had one on supernatural creatures we did last year. That one's out now. But yeah, I've done about 15 or 16 books, most of them with Penguin Random House, and then this job. So yeah, 3 jobs. A lot of jobs. Are people allowed at my workshop? Yeah. I mean, I never really thought about it, but yeah, people could come by if they wanted to. I don't know why anybody would want to come by here and watch me work, but yeah, I would allow people to come here. How much can I make? Well, I mean, right now the shop, unfortunately, is not making a lot of money. Previously, I was selling around, probably a couple thousand a month. It was a nice, like, supplemental income. The shop was paying for itself, and making a little profit. Not a lot, but a little bit. And back when I was on Etsy, and then unfortunately Etsy kicked me off the platform. So right now, shop is definitely not paying for itself, and it is not making money. But I figure about a year from now, we'll be back. I'll be back where I was. I find as you get older, you kind of start to realize that the world never really ends. The stuff that you always think, that, like when you're younger, when bad stuff happens, that you'll never recover, but you always do. So, give it a year. I think a year from now, we'll be right back, where it was. The shop will be paying for itself, making a little bit of profit. I'm hoping by the time I get into like my mid to late 50s, maybe like a decade from now, tops, I'll be doing this full time. I hope. Definitely when I retire, this will be my full time. But I got some time before that. I got another couple decades. Oh, no. Like, that was just from my shop back in the day. Right now, the shop's not making that. With 3 jobs right now, I probably make a few thousand a month. You know, do all right. I don't really want to give you an exact monetary amount how much money I make. But I live comfortably. I don't, I'm not wealthy or by any stretch of the imagination, but, I make enough to where I can live comfortably. And I honestly think that's all I need. I'm one of those people, I'm not really interested in being rich. Not really something that appeals to me. I think rich people get bored. And I think that when they get bored, they do weird shit. So I try to, as long as I can eat and I have a roof over my head, a bed to sleep in, and have enough money to, go have a little fun every now and then, I think I'm good. You almost ran over a deer? Wow. Have I heard of Fortnite? Yes, I have. My son is a huge Fortnite player. He loves Fortnite. Woot woot. All right. These Nightwing sticks are done. You can find these on the eBay shop and on... Oh, no, they're not done. I have one more end to do. I celebrated too early. Nobody's going to want to buy these with one end missing. All right. And I should probably measure out my paracord this time. Who's my son? Definitely not telling me that. Sorry. I don't talk about I don't give information about my kids online. That's their, in my opinion, my kids, that's their right to tell the world about themselves, not mine. Love my kids, but I don't give information about my children on the internet. Ugh. Like I said, I work for a technology and cybersecurity company, so the internet makes me a little paranoid when it comes to privacy. All right, let's see. Oh. One, two, three, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. 2, 3. There we go. Almost got it. One. See, if I don't get all the wrinkles out, I end up with twisted up paracord when I go do this. All right, last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. Woot woot. All right, last one. Oh, got a little knot in there. Woot. All right. Yeah, just ordinary kid likes to play. No, not a famous YouTuber at all. Yeah, no, he's just a kid who plays Fortnite, like every other kid, I think. He likes Fortnite, Minecraft. He wants to play Helldivers, but right now he's not quite old enough for that. So, his mom says that's no go. I'm hoping in a year or two I can Bring him on board and we can go hell diving together. No, not offensive at all. No, he's he's just a kid and life is a nightmare. No, he's just an ordinary kid who enjoys playing Fortnite. I don't find that offensive at all. Oh yeah. I gotta think before I do things, Nathan. Forgot to put the adhesive on. I don't want this slipping off. There we go. No worries. We're going to keep it friendly in here. Right? Yeah, my son, he's a big gamer. He really enjoys it. But no, he's not pro or he's not doing esports or anything like that. Yeah, if you're hungry, you should eat. I would say that food, usually if your problem is you're hungry, food is a great solution. Almost there, folks. Almost done. I don't know. Waffles were good. I had waffles this morning. Also a big fan of the ham sandwich. The ham sandwich, can't go wrong with the ham sandwich. Well, unless for some reason you can't eat ham. I know some people, ham's a no-go. I feel sorry for those people because ham is amazingly and delicious, but yeah. You do you. All right. Final stretch. Wow. Let's try not to get CA adhesive on everything. All right. CA, by the way, stands for cyanoacrylate. It's really just a fancy way of saying super glue. All right, last pass. Whoop, we're there. Times like this, I really wish I had a third hand. My significant other is a dentist, and I know she always cringes when I use my teeth for stuff. But sometimes you don't have a choice. All right, last one. Cuts. One, two, three. All right. One more. There we go. Now, the Nightwing sticks are done. Oh yeah, egg, sausage, and toast sounds delicious. Well, everybody, thanks for hanging out with me. I am done with my cord wrapping for today. So now I gotta go pack up everything I finished this weekend, put it in the car, and then go home. And I've got a bunch of stuff I got to list on the shop today because I was going through my inventory and realized I had like a dozen items in my stock that I for some reason forgot to list on my eBay shop. So can't sell it if it's not on there, right? So I'm gonna finish spooling up this paracord, and I'm gonna pack it up and go home, which I got about 45 minutes to get finished here, because I do not like staying after 1 o'clock on Sundays. I spend my whole weekends working, so. Yeah, they're having one heck of a conversation over there. All right. Well, Kai and Alex, I am just about done. Yep, here we go. And that is all she wrote. All right. I write nonfiction for the most part. I have like one fiction title. It's one or two fiction titles. I have a zombie novel I co-wrote with a friend called Dead Come Home, but most of my stuff's about mythology. Yeah, you too. Have a nice weekend. And by the way, I write under the name Nathan Robert Brown. So if you put Nathan Robert Brown in any search engine, the stuff I wrote will come up. So anyway, take care, you guys.